Hello, I'm James Scott, firefighter paramedic with the Germantown Fire Department. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to deep fry a turkey. If you've never done this before, we're just going to go through a common way that a lot of people use to deep fry, and we're going to go through the actual cooking of it and a few fire safety techniques that we need to go through. First off, we got our turkey here, we've got a fryer over here, and here's going to be some of the stuff that we're going to use to deep fry. We got our seasoning. We're going to start out, we're going to put some gloves on just so we don't contaminate anything. Got our injection, got a syringe. You'll pull your injection into the syringe. Go ahead and pick some of this meat that you want to inject and push that needle in your syringe in. Go ahead and inject a few different areas. We're going to end up going through this whole bottle on this turkey probably. So as you're doing this, you're going to see the skin swell in the turkey. That'll let you know that it's actually getting in there. You can put the needle at different depths to where the meat's actually injected all the way through. And it is pretty common for you to lose a little bit of this injection. It'll start seeping out of the holes that were created. Just about finished up this injection. So this injector does have a needle. You just want to be careful not to poke yourself or get it around kids, sharp objects. Be mindful of that if you're going to use one. Should have started out by saying these turkeys come frozen generally. You do want to make sure that it's thawed. It'll take 2 to 3 days to thaw one out completely. You don't want to have a frozen turkey going into the fryer. It'll overflow and cause a fire. We're going to season the outside. This is just Tony Satcher's Creole seasoning. You can use whatever seasoning you like. We're going for more of a Cajun style turkey. Stretch out the wings, the legs, make sure you get a pretty good coat over the whole thing. Some of this will end up cooking off. Now that our turkey's prepped, we're going to check on our fryer. All right, didn't have far to go, but we're looking for 350 to 375 degrees. Today we're going with 350. We're just there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit to make sure that we keep that heat. So what we're looking for whenever we're setting up this fryer, we want to be away from the building. We don't want anything over our head to where if there was a fire, the flames can't go up and catch into your house from extension from a covered patio or anything like that. And you want to be too close to your house or anything combustible because it could end up catching the outside of the house on fire, and after that it could get into the home. All right, so you've got your propane tank, you've got your actual cooker or your deep fryer. Whenever you're using this, you need a thermometer just to make sure that your oil is at the right temperature. And the other thing that's going to be important is going to be your oil level. So inside of most fryers, you have a line that is a safe fill mark. That's usually about where you're going to deep fry most turkeys. For your larger turkeys though, you can take your turkey, place it into here without any oil in it, and then pour water into your pot. After you pour the water in, that's going to tell you the level that you need your oil to be at. Take your turkey back out, make sure that you pat it dry, dump your water, and then fill to that line that you marked with your oil. So now we've got this turkey. We're going to put it on this cooking rack. So you want to go breast side down. There is a cavity inside of the turkey that you'll be able to find and get this through. Turkey's just going to sit on here like this. Get a hook. So we got our turkey ready. We're outside. We're about to put this into the fryer. We've got an extinguisher on hand. We'd recommend that you have an extinguisher yourself. You can get this from your local hardware store. Also, another thing that you're going to need is gloves. This is where most of the fires actually happen. Whenever you're putting the turkey into the fryer, either the oil will overflow or you have moisture inside of the turkey, and whenever it hits that hot grease, it ends up causing the oil to bubble rapidly and boil. And whenever that happens, it'll make the pot boil over and get into the flame, and then you have a grease fire. So whenever we're dropping this turkey in, we want to make sure that our flame is turned off. That is another thing that a lot of people can mess up on. Got my gloves, because you are dealing with some pretty hot grease. So you need your hook, everything you have your turkey. You hear it bubbling. So we're going to set this in really slowly. So you're watching all these bubbles come up to the top. If you can see this right now, you'll see it the day that you do it. And that's just the moisture that was on this turkey hitting that grease. And the injection that we did is going to also be part of it. We're just trying to get this turkey in really slow to where we don't bowl over the top. Once you get the turkey to the bottom, you'll feel it hit, and then you can take everything out. Your hook and everything can get to the side. All right, now we'll place our lid back on, reinsert our thermometer. Like I said, we want to stay between 350 and 375. The other thing is this is going to cook 3 to 4 minutes pounds. Most people go with 3.5 minutes right in between. And then you add 5 minutes of resting. We'll get our fire turned back on also just to make sure that we maintain this heat. Start with the gas. Lighter. And now we're just going to monitor this temperature gauge and make sure that it stays within our ideal range. And we'll set a timer. So this was about a 14.5 pound turkey. We're gonna go for 50 minutes with it. Now it's just a waiting game until we get done.
One eternity later.
All right, so now turkey should be done. Kind of the reverse process. Remove the lid. Slowly pull this thing out. All right, appreciate it. We'll let this rest for about 5 minutes to get all the oil and everything out. All right, now that this bird's rested for a little while, I'm gonna take it back off of the stands. Still gonna be a little warm. Now we're gonna wrap this in foil. We're gonna take it back to the station so we can enjoy some dinner. Appreciate y'all for watching, and hopefully you're able to learn something. Y'all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.